What is going on, everybody? Nick Albrecht here is back a month later with MLB season predictions. It's a yearly video and yearly time that, this is mainly a football page, but I have some baseball. But it's just that yearly time on this channel where there's nothing really to go over and talk about. So I'm just here doing the baseball video, and then NFL free agency recap. We're gonna do like all season recap, all that shit in June, and then we have the MLB second half one in August. And like that's I only do 3 videos in the all season. I'm not really a big hockey. I'm not a hockey person, so I'm not gonna do hockey. I don't watch NBA. I think that sucks. March Madness is starting up. I'm not gonna sit here and review those games. So baseball and football is where it's at, man. So this video, it's the same one as we always did. It's literally the same one as I always did. We're gonna go over division winners, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, MVP, and that's mainly it. My World Series predictions. So this video, it's literally the same thing, but as the second half one. But the second half one, it'll be a little bit different. Like I might have a new World Series win. And we talk about the trades. Stuff like that. So it's fantasy baseball season. I have my draft on Sunday. So we have some things coming up, baseball wise, summer wise, stuff to look forward to. I'm going to the Nats Phillies game April 1st. I decided to pick the day game because the 2 games before that are night, 6:45 starts. So I don't want to fucking be sitting at the game and freezing our nuts off, at night. At least during the day, like, there's a good chance that the weather might be a 60-degree day. At nighttime, I don't think you have a chance in hell of it being nice. Because, in March like that, usually in April at nights, but you have a better chance during the day of being nice weather. So that's why I chose the day. So let's get into it. I think we should just get right into it. I'm going to do divisions first, and then I'm going to do my playoff predictions as well with that. So the teams that I think are going to make it. So here we go. We start how ESPN lines it up. I have the FanDuel odds as well from last night, but I already know who my picks are. So here we go. So we have the American League we start in, and I'll do my playoff teams as we go. So AL East, which I think is the toughest division in baseball. I really do. You have the Blue Jays, who came in first last year, Yankees second, Red Sox third, Rays fourth, Orioles fifth. So this division, I have the Rays in last. I just think, Tampa Bay, they're a small market team. So, like, they don't, other than Cam and Arrow, like, there's nobody really that scares you on them. Then I got the Orioles in fourth. I think, Pete Alonso, bringing him in, that was a good move in that ballpark, but they still don't have enough firepower, behind them. I have the Red Sox in third, although that's a tough third place because they really improved their pitching. The Red Sox are one of those teams where, like, you think they're going to be mid, but then they end up winning, like last year they won 89 games. You know what I'm saying? So they're just one of those weird teams. And then I have the Yankees in second, which they ended second last year, and then Toronto in first. So, we'll see, like, with the lockout coming, hopefully that doesn't make any games, miss for next year. I just think they can't lose a full season. They just can't do that. But with the lockout coming, like, teams like Tampa, they didn't really spend, and teams like Toronto spent. So, like, hopefully the salary cap, like, each team spends around, so, like, it's competitive. Because, like, if you're Tampa Bay, you're going into the seasons knowing you have no chance at even second place. Third, maybe, it depends. Second, you have no shot. So that's my division for that. Blue Jays in first, Yankees in second, Red Sox third, Orioles 4, Rays 5. So I just have the 2 teams at the bottom flip-flopping. Here's the Central. Both Centrals are the worst divisions in baseball, AL and NL Centrals. They're the worst divisions. But I think the AL Central's way worse. So we have the Guardians won it last year when they had that miracle comeback. in the division. Tigers ended in second. Royals are third. Twins are 4. White Sox are last. So I saw the White Sox in last place because the White Sox, like, they did more than the Twins, but like, that's the White Sox. Like, you just can't take them serious. So then the Twins are 4, and then it's really the same order. Besides, so the Royals will be 3, and I have the Guardians 2, and then the Tigers 1. Yeah, so the White Sox can't take them serious. The Twins, they're just one of those teams that they don't know. There's just no direction. Like, the Royals, they have some guys. I mean, there's could be some growth there, but like, I just don't think their pitching is good enough to get above Detroit and Cleveland. Cleveland, yeah, they're like the Red Sox, but on a different scale. Like, they don't like the Red Sox spend some money, but like the Guardians spend no money, and like every year they're good. I don't understand it. And then you got the Tigers, who should first place. Scooble's pitching for his contract. It's a shame, man. I wish he would have stayed and pitched for Team USA last night because USA shouldn't have lost to the Venezuelans. They shouldn't have. That's just their fault for not inviting better players on the roster like Buxton. He sucks. Like, why would they even think about bringing him in? Like, when you have guys like James Wood, who's 10 times better. Like, it's just stupid shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, Scooble. Like, Scooble's, if he was on the Tigers, nobody even talk about the Tigers. But he's the guy that people watch for, and that's why they're going to win the division, because you have him at the top of that rotation. Then you got Valdez. So they have a solid rotation, solid one too. 2 lefties, but they're 2 of the most dominant lefties in the game. So that's how I had that division lined up. Then we have the AL West. We had the Angels ending last year. A's were in 4th. Texas was in 3rd. Houston was in 2nd. And Seattle was in 1st. I have the Angels in last again. Trout wasting his career away over there with that garbage. I just, they just, other than Trout, like and like Zach Neto, like I can't really name like their whole starting lineup. Joe Adell, Logan O'Hoppe, like they're one of those teams that's just like, what's that? They're re-signing guys like Chris Taylor and shit. Like that's the definition of last place. I actually have the Texas Rangers coming in 4th. I think, they have that 3-headed monster of pitching, DeGrom, Eovaldi, and we traded him Gore. But again, DeGrom, he's always hurt. Eovaldi might get nicked up. And Gore, like, don't get me wrong, I liked him with the Nats, but like, he's one of those guys that might not ever figure it out. Like, where he was drafting, his potential as a lefty. Like, last year, he was 5-15. His second half every year, he melts down. Their lineup might not be good enough, so I have them in 4th. Then I have the A's in 3rd. Everybody says, the A's are going to be a good team. There's a couple guys on that team, that are exciting to watch. But their pitching is but I like their lineup better than Texas's. Houston's still in 2nd because, they'll pull magic out of their hats. It's what the Astros do. And I think the Mariners are 1st. I think out of all 3 of these divisions, I think the Mariners win the division the most. Pool way, like games. That's what I think. But on FanDuel, out of all 3, Seattle's actually the closest to Houston. But I just think Seattle's rotation, they have 4 dominant. So they have Wu. They have Wu's okay. I mean, he's good, but I'm not really a fan. Kirby's all right. They have Gilbert. And I'm fucking forgetting who else they have. I just went over it. We were talking baseball the other night. If I remember throughout the video, they have somebody else too that's good. But they have a solid rotation, man. The Mariners, they have a really solid rotation. So, So all right. So here's my playoff teams from the AL. So there's my 3 division winners. I'm still gonna have the Blue Jays. It's gonna be weird. Like, I have the Mariners winning division by as many games, but I still have the Blue Jays as the 1 seed, Mariners as the 2 seed, and Tigers as the 3. And then my 3 wild card teams are Yankees, Red Sox. I'm gonna put Cleveland in there because their pitching's better than Houston's. And Cleveland will be the 6th seed in the playoffs. So that's my AL playoff field. Houston will just miss it just because Yeah, so all right, so let's go into the NL East now for the National League. So we have theirs out in the last year. We had the Nats in last, the Braves in fourth because they had all these injuries, Marlins in third, Mets in second, and Phillies in first. Yeah, I mean, so all right, so just based off the pitching, I'm going to put the Nats in last place. Their lineup is, in my opinion, their lineup's better than Miami. Like their lineup's not a last place lineup. We have Cruz better figured it the fuck out. Luis Garcia, Abrams, Wood, Lyle. We have hitters, man. It just the catching, Ruiz, if he figures it out, it could be a decent catching. And then Harry Ford we traded for. And then there's other guys like Brady House. Like there's guys that are in there like Hassel. Like we gotta see. Like, but the Nationals are nowhere near last place lineup. Their pitching is like other than Kate Cavalli, like there's some bounce back guys in there. Jake Irvin, Josiah Gray. I understand that, but the bullpen's fucking shit. So their pitching is what's going to cause them to be in last. But if the pitching somehow surprises, then I think the Marlins will be in last. But then I got the Marlins in fourth, Braves in third, Phillies in second, Mets in first. I think the Mets are going to finally win it this year because like I know they lost Alonso, but I just feel like they improved it. They lost Nimmo too, but they improved the team. They used that money and they just improved the team that way. Their pitching has Freddie Peralta now. Nolan McLean, who he's going to get criticized in the USA, WBC, but he looked promising last year. They have a couple other guys too, but I'm not really thinking about that. But and the Phillies the Phillies, their magic's got to run out. It's the same old fucking roster. Oh, it's the same roster, but they added Adolis Garcia. Really, they added Adolis, but is he really better than Castellanos? Like Adolis is a better fielder, but he'll strike out. He's gonna strike out a shit ton. Like Castellanos at least made contact and got his hits. Texas let him go for a reason. But it's just the same. It's the same team. Like the bullpen didn't really improve. Like they lost Strom and they gained Keller, but Keller just because he had a bounce back year last year doesn't mean he's gonna have a great year again this year. Alvarado might get suspended. Duran, he looked shaky at times last year. So Wheeler's gonna be out. So that's why I just think I'm just the Mets. It's their time. The Phillies, the same old fucking shit, and people are still gonna believe in them and thinking they're gonna go all the way this year, like fucking idiots. As long as the Dodgers are in the NL spending this money, spoiler alert for the video, the Dodgers aren't going to the World Series unless they have guys out. So, all right. So NL Central, we have the Pirates were in last year, Cardinals were in fourth, Reds were in third, Cubs were in second, and Brewers were in first. So this year, I have the Cardinals in last place. Their pitching is another bad pitching, and their lineup has a lot of young guys, but like I don't think like their lineup's not like you look at the lineups, Nationals and Cardinals, like you could sit here and say, yeah, the Nationals lineup is much better. You know what I mean? Like with the names, and then you go to the pitching, it's literally the same thing. So, Cardinals in last, they're young like us. Pirates in fourth, other than Skeens, they're trying to try Pittsburgh. They're one of those teams that tries to try, but they don't do shit. Reds in third, they have Julio Suarez, but the Reds, they're another one of those teams, you know what I mean? Like, they might be a little exciting, but then they fall off. And then I'm going to have the Brewers in second, because, like, they were great last year, and let's trade away everybody and let's give up. It's, like, weird, like, how they operate. And then I have the Cubs in first, because not Tucker, what's his name, Bregman, and they have a solid lineup. They have some young guys, so I have Cubs, Brewers, Reds, Pirates, Cardinals. I just have the AL East. I have the last two teams in the division flip flopping. And then the West, last year I went Rockies, D-backs, Giants, Padres, Dodgers. This year, Rockies are the worst team in baseball, so they're going to be in last. I think, God, They were a game apart last year, the Giants and D-backs. Uh, I'm gonna put the Giants in fourth. I don't like the Giants. They're just boring. Like you look at the San Francisco Giants. Like if you see them coming to town on your schedule as a team, oh yes, the Giants are coming to town. You know, so I'm gonna have them in fourth. D-backs in third. Although Arizona, yeah, they're both of those teams are in no man's land right now. Padres in second and Dodgers in first. So, so it's just Padres are another team. They have young talent. And they traded away for these guys, and they never win. Like, and the GM has got an extension this all season. Like, how's that possible? And then everybody knows the Dodgers. So all right. So here's my playoff teams from the NL. Mets. So all right. So the Dodgers are the 1 seed. I'm gonna have the Cubs as a 2, and then the Mets as a 3. Wild card teams. I guess you gotta say the Phillies will make it. Yeah, they're not gonna make it. If they don't, the manager will be fired. And then I guess you got to put Brewers and you got to put Padres as the wild card team. So, so my World Series matchup is actually going to be Dodgers and I think Seattle. I was all season I was saying Toronto, but they lost Bichette. I don't even know who their shortstop is. But I just think I like Seattle's pitching. Their lineup's young and good. So they're trying to break through. The last year they should have went. That one home run they gave up. Fuck them not to go. So I'm gonna have Dodgers, Mariners. I got the Dodgers obviously winning again because as long as they have all these guys, they're not gonna lose. So that'll be a three-peat. So that's that business side of things. So that's my MLB season, what I think is going to happen. Now in the second half it might change. So now we're getting the MVP and Cy Youngs and Rookie of the Year. So I'll start with the Rookies in the Year. AL, I'm going to take, he's not the favorite, but Blue Jays pitcher Trey Yasavage, whatever his name is. He looked real good last year in the playoffs, and he was in single A to start the year. Then he made his whole way up and ends up pitching in World Series games, and he shut the Dodgers down when he came in twice. He's a good pitcher. He's not the favorite. The Japanese guy from the Astros, the pitcher, is the favorite, but I can't take that serious. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have receivers, and then for the NL, it was a toss up between Connor Griffin and Weatherholt, but Griffin, I don't even know if he's gonna be up, and the Pirates, they're one of those teams. Let's not bring them up because service time. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm just gonna take Cardinals, JJ Weatherholt. I know him a lot from baseball cards, Bowman Baseball last year. Getting his rookies. I sold him my buddy's a Cardinals fan. He bought some from me. Yeah, why not? But I'll tell you, he's not the favorite. He's actually he's third on the list. I forget who second is. Now, who I want to see win Rookie of the Year in the NL, I want to see Harry Ford, but it ain't gonna happen unless Drake Baldwin did. So maybe, but Weatherholt and Yasavage. I think that's two fair options to put. And then Cy Young's AL, I have Scooble. I mean, he's gonna pitch his fucking ass out. Crochet was second. They were neck and neck, but Scooble was a slight favorite. And then it was a drop off after that, Hunter Brown and shit. Scooble, and then NL I got Skeens again. Literally it's the same shit. 2 was Yamamoto, and then 3 was Christopher Sanchez, but I just think Skeens, you just give it to him now unless he gets hurt, because Yamamoto sometimes has those, he's good, but he sometimes has those clunkers, and Sanchez is one of those pitchers, he's dominant at home, I'll give him that, but when he goes on the road, he's a different pitcher. He gives up fucking 5 runs. You're like, how the fuck did that happen? You know what I'm saying? He's one of those pitchers that just he's good at home, but on the road, it's like, huh? Like, yeah, I mean, that's why I'm not really like sold on him because he's not a complete guy. And then MVPs, I have Judge for AL. Last year I had Witt. I took Witt in this video. I think Raleigh's not going to have a good a year as he did. I could see Witt winning again, but I just think Judge is a safe bet, man. I mean, as long, people are going to criticize him for not doing shit in the big moments, but I mean, that's not my problem. I'm not a Yankees fan, so if somehow get him in fantasy, would just say, if he fell to me, I don't know what pick I have an hour before the draft, I don't know. But if I got him, like, I know he's going to do good in the regular season. So, and in AL, I have Ohtani, or NL, I have Ohtani. As long as Ohtani's in the NL and it stays healthy, he's not going to win MVP. I think Soto is too, but Soto always comes up. He's never won. So, and don't be surprised. I mean, Ohtani, if he pitches enough, he could win, Cy Young too. Can you imagine that shit? So, really, I have the same awards as last year. Winners. So there you go. That's my video, MLB season predictions. Opening day's next Thursday, man. A week and a day. And then after that, we have April to look forward to, NFL draft, all that stuff. And then look for the video in June. I'm probably going to do it probably first week of June. I'm going to do this. I'm probably going to have maybe guests in that. They like to be in that. At least one. We'll see what happens. So this is it. Hopefully baseball this year gets a lot of buzz. Like, if I don't get a lot of buzz in these 2 baseball videos, I may lean to not doing them next year, so we'll see what happens. So we'll see what happens. We'll just see. I just like doing it just so I can look back and say, this is what I had all year. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy baseball season. Enjoy March Madness. It's going to be a fun time, man. It's going to be a fun time. All right, well, enjoy the video. I'll see you guys back here in the first week of June for your NFL free agency recap. All right, guys. Might as well say it because I'm a huge fan of my teams. Go Nats. All right, guys. Have a good one.